WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We begin tonight with new developments in a Lee County homicide case.
That's right. The son of a Shannon woman found brutally beaten to death on Mother's Day is charged in her murder. WCBI's Allie Martin has more on the case and how law enforcement had their sights set on the victim's son right from the beginning.
Something such as this, because this is a very, very tragic event that took place on a special day.
On Mother's Day evening, the badly beaten body of 66-year-old Molly Gladney was found lying in the carport area outside of her house at 1010 County Road 54 in Shannon. Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson says the elderly woman was savagely attacked inside and outside of her house. As authorities were collecting evidence, Molly Gladney's 33-year-old son Antonio showed up. He was arrested on the scene and charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Sheriff Johnson says after sorting through evidence and conducting hours of interviews, Antonio Gladney is now charged with the murder of his mother. The sheriff says Antonio committed the crime between 10 o'clock Saturday night and 6 Sunday morning, using the ruse of a Mother's Day gift to get inside his mom's home.
There was a Mother's Day card and a bouquet of flowers that was there on the living room table inside the room where much of this violent act took place. It is suspicion that this is the way that he was able to gain entry into the home, is to somehow, on Mother's Day, find one more piece of trust by a mother to their son. And once inside, the fight ensued.
Sheriff Johnson says Mrs. Gladney put up a fight but was overpowered by her son. Also, the sheriff says the system that was supposed to protect Mrs. Gladney failed her, allowing for early release of Antonio Gladney after he was convicted of several felonies, including armed robbery, fleeing a police officer, and parole violation.
Since his juvenile criminal history all the way through his adult life, one of the saddest things that I see is for our office or any law enforcement agency to work diligently in seeing to it that this individual is brought to court and justice is served on our part for the next part of the system to fail it.
The plan is to prosecute Antonio Gladney as a habitual offender. That means he will not get parole if convicted of murdering his mother. In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
And bond is expected to be set tomorrow for Antonio Gladney. Time for a first look at our forecasts. We'll turn it over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith?
Andrea, it has been a pretty nice day, mostly sunny to partly cloudy, quite breezy as well. Still getting some wind gusts up to about 25 miles per hour, but those wind speeds will gradually relax as we go throughout the evening hours. It's still pretty warm, mid and upper 80s across most of North Mississippi and West Alabama here in our viewing area. There has been some rain to our east and also to our northwest near Memphis. We are sandwiched right in between, and that means a pretty nice evening will be had yet again. 80s now, then some 70s, 75 at 11, 73 at 11. We may see a little bit of rain around here tomorrow. More on that in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Keith. After several hours of counting ballots, Starkville residents now know who their next mayor will be. Lynn Spruill defeated Johnny Moore.
Our Quentin Smith talks with the mayor-elect and joins us live from Starkville with more. Quentin.
Andrea, this election shows that every vote truly does count. Lynn Spruill defeated Johnny Moore by a narrow margin of 7 votes. As Lynn Spruill tells me she's anxious to begin her new role as the mayor of Starkville.
Excited and hopeful.
Those are the emotions Lynn Spruill says she felt once she was declared as the new mayor of Starkville.
I'm just looking forward to talking to people and getting with the department heads and getting with the current board members and the board members who are going to be coming back, because we know there are, and kind of looking at Starkville with a different eye.
This will be Spruill's second time running a city. She served as the mayor of Addison, Texas for 5 years. She says she's eager to begin her new role as the mayor of Starkville, but she also acknowledges a few challenges the city is facing.
I think that we've determined from this that the community is somewhat divided, and I think one of my goals is to bring it together. We need to look at what people are interested in on both sides of the aisle and work to make this a place where everybody feels good and feels comfortable.
Committee members spent nearly 3 hours counting affidavit ballots Wednesday morning, but through it all, Spruill says she remained confident in the end result.
Because it wasn't anything I could do anything about. You know, I worry about the things that I can do something about, not the things that are beyond my control. So at this point, you know, it was up to the commission to take care of counting those ballots and getting the affidavits done properly, and they did that.
Sproul defeated Johnny Moore by a margin of 7 votes. Moore says he's appreciative of all of the support he's received.
It was real close. I think we both put about as much effort as we both could into it, and we'll just see where it goes from here.
Late this afternoon, I received this statement from Democratic candidate Johnny Moore. It reads, quote, "At this point, we just want to ensure that every vote cast was properly counted or rejected. We have asked to review the rejected absentee ballots and some of the rejected affidavit ballots as of this moment," end quote. Now, Lynn Sproul will officially be sworn into office during the first Board of Aldermen meeting in July. For now, reporting live in Starkville, Quentin Smith, back to you in the studio.
All right, Quentin, thanks so much for that report. Now to West Point, where absentee ballots in the Ward 1 selectman race have been counted. Lita Turner came in with the most votes over incumbent Linda Hanna. The Election Commission tells us there are 9 affidavit ballots yet to be counted, and that will be done on Tuesday. Education is taking a major step forward in Oktibbeha County.
When we come back, we look at building relationships that's changing the landscape of learning.
WCBI News at 6 with Andrea Self and Joey Barnes.
Welcome back. Oktibbeha County students are closer to getting a new school there. Mississippi State and the school district broke ground this morning on the partnership school.
WCBI's Victoria Bailey was there. She joins us live in the studio with more. Victoria?
That's right, guys. There was a lot of excitement today as the school took another step towards becoming a reality. People tell me they're looking forward to the endless education opportunities for students in Starkville.
The Starkville-Oktibbeha School District Partnership School has spent years in the planning phase and now is on the fast track to completion.
This is a great partnership between Mississippi State University, our consolidated Starkville-Oktibbeha County School District, the county, the city, and the state of Mississippi. This is a unique, one-of-a-kind school that we're about to build here that will educate students that are in their last year of elementary school, first year of secondary, and prepare them for their next step into education.
The 128,000 square foot school will serve up to 1,000 6th and 7th graders in Starkville each year. Incoming Superintendent Dr. Eddie Passant says it will be a unique learning environment.
And even though they live relatively close to it, being on the campus will expose them to this opportunity and what campus life is like, so to speak, at an early age, and allow them the opportunity to gain interest in going to college in some situations which that never would have seemed like an option to a lot of them.
The partnership school will sit on the northern entrance of MSU campus. University President Dr. Mark Keenum says that alone is a huge advantage.
They'll have access to our faculty members who will be working with the faculty and teachers here in the school, helping to develop cutting-edge curriculum for these students to be on the forefront of the best teaching skills to better educate our young people to be successful as they matriculate in school.
Devin Brenner works in the MSU Education Department. She says not only will the school district students benefit, but so will the MSU education majors.
We will have 7 classrooms for MSU that are built in the new building. So we will be able to teach the education classes right down the hall from the 6th and 7th grade students. We can go down and observe things, come back to class and talk about them. So it'll be a great chance to see theory and practice.
The partnership school is scheduled to be complete January 2019.
Looking ahead, we are going to be staying warm, no surprise there. Rain chances going on up. We'll maximize it Sunday. Full forecast is next.
your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
We get some pretty nice sunsets around here. I want to go back to last night. Couldn't squeeze this into our show, but look at this. Very nice as we went throughout the course of our Monday evening. Probably a pretty nice collection of sunset photos out there tonight. If you will be out with your camera with some of these friendly clouds in play, our Alpha Insurance time lapse from Tupelo today shows the clouds moving through a couple of different layers of clouds, but notice the trees in the foreground there. Pretty windy out there today, at least breezy. It's been warm, but at least that breeze stirring up the air and not making it feel as hot. The showers and thunder showers over here southeast of Birmingham, eastern Alabama, also here northwest of Memphis, right there, very close to us. We are sandwiched in between those two complexes, and we're going to stay dry this evening. But that moisture here in Alabama is shifting back to the northwest, and we will have a chance for some showers and thunder showers here tomorrow afternoon. About a 30% chance. If you're lucky, you may see a little bit of rain. The big storms today up here across the high plains, the Great Lakes. Strong and severe are those storms. And I want to go back for the last 6 hours. You can see these swaths of very fast-moving wind are wind shear swaths here. And those are the storms that produce all of this severe weather. Large hail, damaging wind gusts, even a few tornadoes in Iowa and Minnesota today. So the severe weather threat this time of year tends to go back to the northwest. In the wintertime and spring, it's down here in the southeast, but as we go through time, it shifts back to the northwest with that jet stream. And as you can see, tomorrow, the severe weather threat will be across the high plains and the Great Lakes. And on Friday, still to our northwest, we will have a front come in Saturday night and Sunday. That will give us a chance for some rain around here. At this point, we don't really envision anything strong or severe. Of course, we'll keep watching it. Temperatures right now into the mid and upper 80s, still a bit breezy out there. We'll take it down into the mid to possibly upper 60s tonight. The wind is going to relax. It's been a bit windy today, but that wind should settle down a little bit. Tomorrow, partly cloudy at times, a little bit of sunshine at times, and also a chance for some of these showers or thunder showers during the course of the daytime heating. Anytime afternoon into the early evening would be our window of opportunity for one of those passing showers or thunder showers with highs in the 80s. You can see some of that depicted here with Futurecast, so don't be at all surprised if you see a little bit of rain tomorrow. Maybe you'll hear a rumble of thunder. Same story on Friday, too. Limited rain chances for the next few days, but there's the front. With all that severe weather, that's going to get a little bit closer to us as we get into the weekend, and that will roll on in Sunday, and that will give us a chance for some showers and thunder showers, a little bit better chance, obviously, with that front in the region. Upper 80s to around 90 through Saturday, a little bit cooler with that front and elevated rain chance on Sunday, and then we go back into the low 80s early next week.
WCBI played host today to emergency management directors and National Weather Service meteorologists. Our staff met with EMA directors from across North Mississippi and West Alabama to discuss ideas on how to get the message to viewers about high-impact weather events. Each group talked about their agency and what they do and how they do it. We also talked about ways to use all of our resources to help keep you safe. Productive meeting today with those guys. And coming up, area teams look to start strong in a Game 1 action of the Baseball State Championships. 2A and 4A state title action next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Our coverage of the state baseball championships down in Pearl continues today on day 2. 2A, 4A, and 6A all in action today to get Game 1 of their series. To the 4A state title series, Corinth looking to win their first state title since 1956, facing West Lauderdale in the series opener. Here, top one, Kyle Krieger getting some help on the mound. Spencer Lee starts the 4-6-3 double play. They end the threat and get out of the inning. To the bottom half we go. Corinth gets rolling. Be a runner on. Jackson Lancaster unloads. Kerrigan Mannies scores all the way from first. Here he comes charging around third base. He's going to almost blow a tire. Collects himself. Gets to home safely. That means Lancaster, he walks in with a stand-up triple. Warriors, they lead 3-0 after 1. Check out the play here from Trevin Knight and Wright. This in the second inning. That's going to lead to a double play. Warriors get out of the inning. It's plays like that that helps them snag Game 1 of the series 5-3. Corinth now 1 win away from bringing home a state title. Game 2 coming up tomorrow at 1 p.m. Here in 2A, Joe Wilkinson on the mound for East Union as the defending champion Urchins face Lloyd Starr in a rematch from last year. Here, Joel looking to help his own cause, a rip to center. That'd be a double, but Wilkinson he'd be left stranded on the bags. He would get some help while on the mound, though. Here's a slow roller to short. Zane Wilkinson, he's going to come and collect this one. But great play at first by Jacob Wood to stretch and get the out. It'd be scoreless after 3. Lloyd Starr would take the lead in the 4th, but Joel would get rolling on the mound. Here, back-to-back Ks to end the threat in the 5th. And then here comes Joel's older brother, Zane. He'd come on in the 7th, but Lloyd Starr would break it open. 3 runs in the inning, including this RBI from Dylan Smith. Urchins would catch Patrick Price in a rundown, but the damage was already done. Lloyd Starr would take Game 1 of the 2A State Title Series 4-0. Game 2 is set for Friday at 7 p.m. To Shannon, earlier today, Rance Champ signed the dotted line to continue his basketball career at ICC next season. This past year, Champ led his basketball team to the Big House in Jackson, losing to the eventual state champ Raymond in the Class 4A semifinals. The shooting guard averaged over 15 points, 3 boards, and 2 assists per game. Champ says the comfort level of being on campus helped make his decision.
It just felt like home. I knew I would know a lot of people that go to the school, and they really just welcomed me like they had knew me for years.
He's worked very hard to receive this, so ICC is getting a good player when they get him.
What a weekend lined up in Starkville. The last regular season series at the old Duty Noble Field, with the Bulldogs battling LSU for a shot at the SEC West title. Fewer teams are hotter than LSU right now, winners of 9 of their last 11, but the Bulldogs are looking forward to the challenge.
And that's the reason you come to the league, is to face guys like that, to live up to that challenge, to kind of see where you stand against those guys. So we're excited about the challenge, and especially for me, kind of seeing those really high caliber arms is what I want to do. So I mean, we're really excited about that.
They've got several guys on that current roster that are going to go on to play in the big leagues one day. They're by far the most talented group of position players that we've faced all year.
Big weekend coming up in Starkville for sure.
Huge weekend. And at least the coach knows a little something about the team, right?
You might know a thing or two.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
It's been dry around here of late. We will have an opportunity for a little bit of rain here Thursday, Friday into our Saturday afternoon. Better rain chances, though, Saturday night into Sunday with a front coming on in. But pretty warm for the next 7 days.
Every weekend can't be perfect, can it?
It can't.
But that was pretty close.
The last 2 weekends.
The last weekend was like perfect.
Exactly. All right. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Have a great night.